Alright, so welcome back, everyone. There was this quest where you had to find all of the missing modules. Oh my god, it took so long to actually get, and they're like all scattered around the world and you had to find them individually. And I got it, so let's see what happens. Install the personality modules into the sink, and then we could use the sink to retrieve your other stuff. Actually, let's take a quick look at the world map real quick. Doesn't show them, so let's do that one. Install the personality modules into the sink.
Might I be of service, sir?
How do I actually install things into it?
Ah, good day, citizen. Library Processing Unit 232.7 is on.
Okay, so we just have to put them in there and they just talk to you.
Yes!
3 of 10. What else? Did we do those?
If you know what the word proletariat means, do you know what that makes you?
Okay, so I'm just gonna talk to all 10 of them and not really listening to the dialogue.
That was a nice little cat nap. How long was I out?
I feel like I know that voice from somewhere. What game besides this one?
I was Dr. Mobius's personal assistant. We were studying, oh shoot, what was it? Oh yeah, lightning! No, wait, lighting. That's right, how lighting affects human interaction. Oh, I'd love to, sweetie, but I don't have the programming. All the data from the experiments was lost. You'd have to go out into that nasty old crater and find the backup copy. Oh, her. Trust me, sweetie, you're better off not thinking about that frigid little ice queen. That bitch. She thinks she's so much better than everybody just because her processors are bigger. Ooh, she makes me so mad. Sure thing, sweetie.
I feel like I know that voice from somewhere, I just don't know where. How many more things do we talk to? 5, I believe.
Someday, I'd like to meet the man who's got no blues to sing.
Talk to that one. Nope, didn't want to go there. I'm so scared every time I do something like that. Like it's gonna crash my game.
Oh, God, look. Oh.
So that was another one. Seven out of 10. There's so many of them. Please, game.
How about... Well...
8. I don't know what I'm missing.
partial functionality restored.
That has
That's
got to be the
less
same
than-
voice.
Dr. Mobius and I were As much as I'd love to, I'm afraid not. The day.
Alright, so I have 9 out of 10, and I'm not sure what I'm missing. It's sad, too.
What's the hap?
Don't want to sleep.
You! Hey, you! Yeah, you!
Question marks. Alright. I did that. I guess if you want to see it a little bit later, I could always go back and get more dialogue. Like, if you want to listen to the whole thing, I can always do that.
Might I be of service, sir?
Now you could turn it off and turn it on again. Alright, sweet. Find the upgrades to the sink's central. Where is that on the map? Oh my god, I don't want to do it. Use the sink's auto dock to retrieve your body parts. Alright. So how would I do that? Do I have to turn this off?
Might I be of service, sir?
Alright, so now we could go back and... Oh, hello. Do we get it now? So there's something I have to do. How do I get my spine in? I don't understand.
Might I be of service, sir? Do you, sir? Where? Regret. How? The tragedy. Very.
What? I don't understand. How am I supposed to get my spine and stuff? What do I do?
Don't even talk to me. I've seen you with her.
For anyone who's beaten this, let me know. Like, am I missing something? I have a lot of save files, so I can always go back. But I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Other than that, I guess we are doing the final thing, which is confront Dr. Klein. Oh, buddy. I do have some save files, so we can always go back.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped? I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again. And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments. You are lying. No, you are not. Your heartbeat, perspiration, all excessively confident and sure of yourself. Why would you reason with that maniac? He'll destroy us all! Nonsense. Confer, colleagues. Those are two words I do not recognize.
Dr. Klein, please. Let's see what its insides look like. Finally.
Klein, you know, this lobotomite, it's a great sounding board. You respect ideology, right? This one's, well, it's got good ideas.
Silence, Dr. O. This is a think tank decision. Save your objections until after I have decided our course of action.
You know what, Klein? Stick a straw in your tank and suck yourself. Long and deep. And my name is Zero. Yeah, a big, fat zero with a slash through it.
The slash as a designator of... Why, that is brilliant. But how did you...
The lobotomite taught me that. Taught me a name is more than, that I should take pride in things. Like names. And... You know what? Forget it, Klein. I hate you. And your theory of brain-gill beam oscillation? The Chinese had it first, you copycat.
How dare you? Brainial beam oscillation was solely my discovery. I expressly told you that and deleted all evidence to the contrary. It's 2-8. Why are you acting like this? You've never refused to commit necessary surgery before. And this lobotomite needs its surgery. What is wrong with you? You sound brain-scrubbed, blindly agreeing with the lobotomite. What? Why am I even listening to you fools? The determinators are greater than the hesitators, so hesitators, be quiet. We are bigger, smarter, and floatier than you, lobotomites. We don't wish to fight you, so surrender your brain, now.
So, like, remember how we could help all those people and I didn't have enough to actually do one, otherwise I would have? I guess we could still talk about it, I guess. I don't know. Either that or I kill them. I could always go back and get the other endings, but we'll see.
Fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I... Ah! Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack! Fight!
I am so going to attack the target.
It depends on how many people you actually helped.
An attack in the dome!
And then I guess you could have sided with them, so I might as well go back and get the other endings a little bit later. Interesting. So, I see. Leave the think tank. Alright, so I think that wraps it up. We'll just see what happens after. But there, obviously, I got not the ending I hoped, but...
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The Sync Central Intelligence Unit was impressed by the amount of exploration the courier had undertaken. Facilities believed lost, destroyed, or ones that had simply gotten up and walked to new locations had been rediscovered by its intrepid new master. Internally, the artificial personality debated as to whether it preferred the old management to the new, and concluded that the courier's thorough approach to research and investigation was admirable and worthy of its respect.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The Sync atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat. One of them eventually transferred to the Lightwave Dynamics plant, and began a long, unrequited affair with one of the holograms.
The Sync continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough, and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind-eye old Jefferson eventually discovered a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief aflame with the light switches. Although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier made his way through the X-8 facility, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. They eventually created new cyberdogs to root out commie traitors from the wasteland. Traitors like Betsy Bright, Richie Marcus. Although they couldn't seem to find any commies, so they turned on themselves, howling sonic barks that echoed miles across the landscape.
The infiltration program in X-13 continued to scan for the subject and the stealth suit prototype long after the test was over. Frustrated and unable to find its lost technology, X-13 expanded its network of laser tripwires, sensors, and robo-brains out across Big Mountain. This glittering blue light beam forest cleanly bisected anything that entered its depths, slicing them into small segmented parts for easy disposal.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
The think tank basement, filled with the lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The Sync sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Alright, that has wrapped up the final part of the Old World Blues DLC. Now, I understand there are multiple endings for this. Yeah. Oh god, we hit level 32. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun with this one. Maybe we can always go back and do some more stuff, but I don't know what else I would add. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the upcoming DLCs for this game. I have Dead Money on my channel, and of course this one. So with that said, there's 2 more. I don't know how good they are, but I'll give it a shot, and you might see those in the near future. So with that said, if you guys enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like, and have a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow.